How are we going, guys? I'm back. Welcome to the party. I am going to be bringing a training to you today, which is a really good one. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's called Albert Hour, and I'm going to explain exactly why it's called Albert Hour soon. A little while ago, I adopted this saying, which is I am where I said I would be, when I said I'd be there, having done what I said I will do. And this training helps you do that regardless of all the little things that come up. A lot of people that are subscribed to me have had addictions in the past, and you know that one little hiccup can make it all come crashing down. This helps you overcome that. For people that have never had an addiction, there's still so many fear-based excuses like procrastination or perfectionism or all these kind of things that have no place in this plan, or this plan will overcome them and have a plan for them. So that's what the training's about. I think it's extremely powerful. I know you're going to like it. It's probably something you could watch more than once, because if you truly do understand this training and you go through it, it will change your life if you do it exactly how I'm going to show you how to do it. I think the main reason so many people are unsuccessful is because they have no grasp of time. They don't realize the problem that time presents. And I'm not talking about universally, quantum physically, fourth dimension, sciencey stuff. No, I'm just talking about the fact that you make a plan in the morning for the afternoon, and then when the afternoon comes, you don't do it. Why? Because you're not the same person in the afternoon. I have a really easy way to explain this, which a lot of you all know. It's the Albert versus Rex comparison. So Albert is your prefrontal cortex. That's the part we're using now. That's the person watching this video. The part of your brain that's taking notes or thinking or whatever. Then there's Rex. Then there's Rex, which is your amygdala. And your amygdala will take over whenever Albert is tired or, scared, fight or flight, or just lonely or drunk or high or anything. So Rex is inevitable. And this is the problem that people have with time. So why do we need a plan? Well, the best analogy that I can give you is imagine that your friend invited you somewhere far away that you don't know, and you have to go there. The question is, are you going to use Google Maps or Apple Maps? Are you going to use a navigation system to get there? The answer is, of course, or you're not going to get there. You can't go somewhere new in the world unless you have the directions to get there. Same goes with your life and your goals. I talk to a lot of people that say, yeah, I understand how important goals are. And I say, oh, what's your goals? And they say, oh, I don't have any. If you don't have goals, you don't understand goals. That's how important they are. That's how much they move you forward. They just work, and it's not up for debate. Nobody is arguing with that. But if you don't have goals, then you fundamentally don't understand goals, or you don't care about your life. But it goes one step further. A lot of people have goals, but they never achieve them. And the reason they don't achieve them is because they don't have a plan to get there. They don't have a map on how to get there. And that's what Albert Hour is all about. It's a plan on how you can get where you want to go, when you want to get there. So I'm going to do just a process overview on what it looks like, and then I'll do a video on each one, right? What I'm going to teach you now is just 5 steps. That's what this whole training is about. Now, what you need to do is something every week, and it takes 1 hour every single week. Call it your power hour, call it your planning hour. I call it Albert Hour. And the reason I call it so is because it needs to be a time when Albert is in control. So usually in the morning, you need to be well rested, well hydrated, well everything. You can't be high or drunk or anything stupid. This is something you do sober, because you want to be your pure essence, because that's when you most know where you want to be and what you want out of life. You kind of can't ignore that. If you're high, you're going to skim over shit. If you're drunk, you're going to make a mess of it. If you're tired, you can't do anything when you're tired. You need to be in a good place. So it's once a week, and you can plan it at any time. So for now, what I would say is to plan it for Sunday or Monday. It's usually one of those days. And then we're going to plan the whole week in that 1 hour. That's the plan of it. So step 1 is to plan an hour where you can just have a sacred time. You don't have any distractions. You have nobody bugging you at the door. You don't have kids or parents or family or friends bugging you. Your phone is not even in the room. If you're using a laptop, which we will be using, I use a laptop. You don't have to, but I do. There's no notifications on that. All notifications are off, right? This is a sacred space for 1 hour. You know, I'll come into my office, it's quiet in here, the door's locked, you can't even get in, nobody can bug me, and I just get everything done. Second step. So obviously first step is just setting up your situation. The second step is a brain dump. Now, a brain dump is where you just dump everything out of your brain onto paper. Now, science says paper's a pretty good thing to use, but I use an app on the laptop. You do what you need to do. The point is, you're getting it out of your head. Why are you getting it out of your head? Because your brain is just a processor. It is not meant to store information. And if you continue to store information in there, it's going to stop working very well. You get less creative, you get less motivated, you get less willpower, you have less of everything. Now, this is really, really important, and you'll notice it. So a lot of people nowadays just scroll through their phone on Instagram, whatever, or Facebook, whatever, or YouTube, whatever, or Twitter, whatever, TikTok, whatever. And these little 10-second, 15-second videos are just pumping useless information into your brain. And you will notice when you really, really go into that mode, have you ever done that for an hour, 2 hours? The more you do that and the more content you consume in that fashion, that short little, look at me, I'm pretty, look at this, it's funny, look at this cat, that kind of shit, you're ruining your creativity. Why would you do that to your brain? So in the same way, all these thoughts you have in your head about what you want to do, where you want to go, who you want to be, the business you want to build, the relationship you want to build, the health thing, the go to the gym thing, the thing, all the things that you're thinking in your brain just kind of swirl around in there, and they're ruining your brain. You need to get them out so that your brain can start fresh, and your brain won't let go of them until they know that they're going to be done. So we do a brain dump, and a brain dump is just something, so it's 1 hour we're doing for the sacred hour, and you probably spend half or a little bit less, so 20 to 30 minutes just brain dumping. And you just take everything out of your brain and put it on paper. I'll put it in an app. I'll show you how to do it. I'll do a video on brain dump. And then when you've done that, we go on to stage 3. Stage 3 is to schedule it. This takes a little bit of practice. It seems so simple, right? Dump everything out on paper and then schedule it into a calendar. It seems really, really easy, but there are a few tricks to it, and I'll also do a video on scheduling to show you how to do that. It doesn't matter what calendar you use. A lot of people use a pen and paper calendar. You could do that. If I didn't have an app and I wasn't obsessed with computers and apps and software, you could just you could draw a calendar, you know? I know that's what my sister would do. She's that kind of person. She just everything's on a whiteboard or a pen and paper, whatever. I'm not. I'm a digital guy. It doesn't matter which one you are. It just matters that you do it. As for software, it doesn't matter what calendar you use. It just matters that you use it. I'll be using Google Calendar. You can use Apple Calendar or one fancy calendar, whatever. I don't care. That's stage 3. And that's the part that needs the most training. This really does take 1 to 3 months to master. It really does. It's a weekly thing that you do, and that's the difficult part, is scheduling. Step 4 is to follow it. It's so simple, but it's not easy. And the reason it's not easy is because you're going to become Rex, right? You're going to say, I got to do this at this time. And when that time comes, you are not going to want to do it. I can promise you, you are not going to want to do it. And this is the muscle you're going to start training, is that you don't listen to that thought inside. You don't listen to your body that says, I'm tired. You don't listen to any of that kind of stuff. You follow your damn calendar, because it's what you said you will do. You are on it's a prison sentence for a week. You are going to do what the calendar says. It's not up for debate. You don't have a say in it. Now, if that sounds harsh, just remember, you're the one scheduling it. So if you want to make it easier, you can make it easier. You can schedule in Netflix time. You can schedule in time for your social media. Sit on bed and do nothing 2 hours. You can do that. But also, you're going to do everything that needs to get done. And it's really, It's really interesting how this makes you think about time differently. A lot of people think time happens to them. I'm the victim of time. I'm so busy. But you're not. It's if you think you're so busy, then you don't have a good relationship with time, and you can fix that. You don't identify with it. Don't say I'm a person that has a bad, a relationship with time, or I'm hopeless with time, or I'm always late. You don't identify with any of these things. You just fix them. They're behaviors. So that's step 4, and it's a big one. I'll go through that again. I'll make a video on that. Step 5 is the last step, which is to recap. So there's an hour we schedule on Sunday or Monday, whatever you want to do. And then there's one we schedule on Friday or Saturday, whatever. But most people that I've trained on this do it on a Friday. And that's just half an hour. It's not a big deal. And in that half an hour, what you're going to do is take everything that you missed, everything that you messed up, or everything that you got right. You're going to look at, how am I going here? And you might say, well, I scheduled this time to do this project, but it wasn't enough. And I got to do it again next week. So next week I need to schedule an extra hour there or something like that. You're going to massage the whole calendar. And then after doing this for a couple of months, you're going to be really, really smart about what takes how much time. And the smartest thing you're going to learn is that time doesn't happen to you. You happen to time.